Can you talk about what the House should have been doing for the last 8 weeks on affordability, on health care, on grocery prices, on rent, on what looks like a war that might occur in the Caribbean, on the many things that people are looking for us to take action on? What would Democrats have done if we were in charge here?
Well, I thank the distinguished gentleman from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and it's an incredible question. It was a stunning answer. Given all of the problems that the American people are confronting right now, throughout the country, beginning with the affordability crisis, the cost of living in America is far too high. The American people throughout the country just made that clear last Tuesday across the country that they want to see action. Yet, for 7+ weeks, House Republicans saw fit to be on a taxpayer-funded vacation, missing in action, part of the witness protection program, doing nothing to make life better for the American people. That's extraordinary. And you got to wonder whether this was an order that was given by Donald Trump, who apparently has said that he's got 2 jobs. He's both the president and the Speaker of the House. His words, not mine. Donald Trump apparently doesn't believe that there's an affordability crisis. Said it himself. There is no affordability crisis in the United States of America. That's what Donald Trump, the top Republican in this country, says. So I guess it's no small wonder that the Republican chairman of the Appropriations Committee would say that there's nothing to do, because Republicans apparently don't think that there are problems in this country that should be dealt with, such that the House of Representatives should be in session. But as Democrats, our view is that we've got to lower the high cost of living.
What's up, Patriots? Welcome to Liberty Trigger. Today, we're reacting to a congressional hearing where Democrats spent several minutes blaming Republicans for inflation, healthcare problems, rising costs, and basically every problem in America, while refusing to admit they helped create the mess in the first place. Let's talk about it. In this clip, Democrats are furious that Republicans haven't been in Washington nonstop, passing more bills and spending more money. They're saying Republicans are missing in action and ignoring the affordability crisis. Stick around because this is important, and hey, while you are here, if you believe in holding our leaders accountable and you appreciate this kind of breakdown, so me a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a thing.
Let's get into living. We've got to make life more affordable for everyday Americans who are suffering under crushing Republican policies. Costs haven't gone down. That was the day one promise. Costs have gone up. Inflation going in the wrong direction. Far too many people across this country working hard, playing by the rules, but cannot get ahead, are barely getting by, can't thrive, and can barely survive. This is in America, the wealthiest country in the history of the world. And Republicans have been out since September 19th. That's extraordinary. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Apparently, House Democrats are the only ones committed on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis to do the people's business. And our commitment remains to lower the high cost of living, to fix our broken healthcare system, starting by extending the Affordable Care Act tax credits to prevent tens of millions of people from experiencing unaffordable healthcare premiums skyrocketing through the roof that will either lead to medical bankruptcy or prevent them from being able to go see a doctor when they need one.
Well, if I could go back to the issue of health care, just for the record, I mean, has Speaker Johnson promised a vote to extend the ACA tax credits to either of you?
It's extraordinary that he hasn't indicated that there will be a vote one way or the other to address the Republican health care crisis. Now, our colleague from the great state of Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene, found it laughable that there's a Republican health care plan. She said she couldn't find it. She can't find it because it doesn't exist. Now, we know what the plan has been in the past. In terms of the Affordable Care Act, Republicans have tried to repeal it more than 70 times over the last 15 years. And so we are just trying to get our Republican colleagues to take yes for an answer. We've said repeatedly, let's find a bipartisan path forward. Let's reopen the government. Let's make life better for the American people. But let's address the health care crisis that our Republican colleagues have created, and we can start by extending the Affordable Care Act tax credits.
Notice the ranking member says that, quote, we own this.
You do.
If we don't go down the road that is being suggested here before us, when in fact, the current situation with respect to health care exists entirely by record of vote and record of policies as a result of my Democrat colleagues putting forward the policies that the American people are having to live under. Entirely. They broke the system, and then they come here saying that we own it if we don't throw more subsidies, pour more diesel on the fire, to the fire that they started. That's what's happening right now. That's what for the American people to understand. Insurance companies.
Bail out Argentina.
Insurance companies, 1,032% stock prices up since 2010. 448% up from 2013. 85% of the revenues for insurers come from the federal government. What my Democratic colleagues are proposing is an insurance company enrichment scheme. It's literally what they're doing, is printing money in the Treasury and giving it to insurance companies. That's their solution for health care. Enriching insurance companies that are the very people that are telling the American people which care they can get and not get. There's no chance for an American to go to the doctor of his or her choice. There's no chance for them to go get care. There was no chance for my constituent who lives near Fredericksburg, Texas, to go to MD Anderson to get care because she's on Obamacare, which can't go to MD Anderson. And if the cancer that I had when I went to MD Anderson came back and I'm on Obamacare as a member of Congress, I couldn't go to MD Anderson because of the situation that my Democratic colleagues have put the American people in. Going around and preening that you're somehow caring for people more by giving them coverage for care that doesn't actually provide them care. While insurance companies get rich. $35 billion in subsidies in 2024 for people who didn't even use their plan. It's absolutely unconscionable. That is right. That is the correct word. It is unconscionable what we have done to the healthcare system, destroying it for the American people so that they can't get the care of their choice. That's what's happened. And now you hold the government hostage for 45 days and then try to come lecture Republicans about it when you've been holding the American people hostage to a broken healthcare system for 15 years. That's what's been going on. The fact is, Madam Chairman or Chairwoman, we are here today trying to proceed with, I think, reason, with 3 appropriations bills combined with a continuing resolution through January. After having tried with reason to fund the government through November 20th so that we could continue the debate on the various issues in question. But our Democrat colleagues refused to do it. And so now we've got the opportunity in front of us to extend, fund government at current levels, roughly flat, trying to stave off the inflation that is the direct consequence of the massive amount of government funding that has been going on by both sides of the aisle, but heavily being promoted from my colleagues here on the other side of the aisle, who want us to throw another $1.5 trillion at it. That's literally what they were saying. It's not a solution. That's just printing more money while trying to go run campaign ads while you shut the government down for very clearly and obviously political purposes. I yield back, Madam Chairman.
But hold up, who caused that crisis? Inflation didn't skyrocket under conservative policy. Grocery and rent prices didn't explode because Republicans cut spending, and the cost of living didn't become unbearable because of fiscal responsibility. It happened after trillions of dollars were printed and injected into the economy by Democrats, treating the U.S. Treasury like a broken vending machine. They lit the fire. Now, they want us to feel guilty for not throwing more fuel on it. The Democrat solution to every problem is the same. Right arrow more spending. Right arrow more subsidies. Right arrow more taxes. Right arrow more government control. But here's the truth. We don't solve inflation by spending even more money. We don't make life affordable by expanding government. And we don't fix the economy by repeating the exact policies that broke it. Real solutions require discipline, cuts, responsibility, and letting Americans and businesses breathe again. Democrats also complain that Republicans won't vote to extend ACA tax credits, saying premiums will rise and millions will struggle. But here's the part they never say. The health care crisis exists because of the ACA. After Obamacare, premiums doubled and tripled. Deductibles became insane. Insurance companies got richer. Competition disappeared. Patients lost choice. In fact, 85% of insurance company revenue now comes from the federal government. That means Democrats aren't fixing health care. They're propping up a system that's making insurance companies wealthy while everyday Americans can't even see the doctor they want. In the hearing, one Republican explained that even if he got cancer again, he wouldn't be able to go to MD Anderson under government health care rules. That's not patient freedom. That's bureaucratic control. Here's the most frustrating part. Democrats block spending bills, shut down negotiations, demand more government money, and then turn around and say Republicans are the ones not doing their job. No, Republicans refuse to sign on to another trillion-dollar spending binge with no accountability, and that's the responsible thing to do. You don't fix a burning building by pouring gasoline on it. You stop the fire. Everyday Americans are working harder, paying more, saving less, struggling to get ahead. This didn't happen accidentally. It happened because Washington has been run like a credit card with no limit. Democrats want to keep swiping. Republicans are saying, enough. It's time to heavy checkmark, cut reckless spending. Heavy checkmark, bring inflation under control. Heavy checkmark, increase competition in healthcare. Heavy checkmark, put families, not corporations and government, in charge. Democrats can point fingers all they want, but the truth is simple. They broke the system, and now they want Republicans to help them break it even more. Patriots, if you're tired of political hypocrisy, rising prices, higher taxes, and government overreach, make sure you thumbs up, like, bell, subscribe. Megaphone, share this video. This fight isn't just political. It's about the future of our country. Stay strong, stay free, and stay American.